We are live here in Altamont, Utah, and guess what, folks? We got high school football. It's back already. It's been a long summer, short summer. I don't know, but we got high school football, and it's here to action right now. So we got Altamont Longhorns and Parowan Rams, and you got the captains out in the middle of the field right now shaking hands, and you can see the both sidelines. You know, both all players, Parowan on one side, holding hands, and Altamont all standing together on this sideline, and just an awesome atmosphere out here in Altamont. I'm Brandon Jones reporting from VTV. If you want to go to this stream, it's vtvchannel6.com. Go to live streaming and you can be with us. So, talking about the Parowan Rams, they got a first-year coach this year, Carter Miller, sorry, and you know, he has a lot of experience, no lack of experience, because this is his first time at head coach, and he's excited to be with the Parowan Rams, and so he's about 18-year seasoned veteran. So he was a offensive coordinator for Dixie High. He also has some college experience with Dixie. He played college at Dixie, and then last year he was with Canyon View as an offensive coordinator as well. So now he's kind of done everything. He's a first-year head coach. He's excited like crazy to coach these boys up. And then on the Altamont side, another first-year coach in Trent Richens, and another first-year coach with Corey Farnsworth as the assistant. They're ready, geared up. A lot of excitement around the program here. The community's right behind them. It looks like that we're gonna do the national anthem, and we'll go to a little break, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about the keys to the game and how this game's gonna play out tonight.
At Moon Lake Electric, we are a locally owned cooperative with a deep history of providing dependable and affordable electric service to its customers for over 75 years. With a state-of-the-art electrical system, we are setting a standard for excellence in the electric utility industry. We are proud to call this place home, and we are happy to support our local schools and athletes. Find and like us on Facebook for energy-saving tips. Moon Lake Electric, keeping the power on.
Founded in 1946 by the Savage family with a single truck, today, Savage is the leader in supply chain management solutions that are tailored to meet the needs of our customers across a variety of industries. We are a proud sponsor of high school sports coverage and the community here in the Uinta Basin.
Being there to see the sunset, only to see it rise. Your friends, your family, and being around those who matter most. Visiting new places and trying new things. The road trips or the camping trips. The times you'll remember and the places you'll go back to. Let each mile bring you closer to the moments that matter. L&L Motor. People you know. People who care.
And we're back here in Altamont, Utah. High school Friday night lights, Altamont Longhorns against the Parowan Rams. And we're at kickoff here, and it looks like Parowan is going to be kicking off to Altamont. So we're going to talk about the offensive keys of the game for Altamont and this Trent Richens new offense in the Power I. And we got a new quarterback, Parker Rust. I mean, he played a little bit of quarterback, a little bit of wide receiver last year. He's going to be exciting for this offense. Well, the Power I has two running backs, and you got McCafoy, who was their running back last year, their primary running back, and then Carson Sheets is kind of the new guy in the group. As the kickoff is come down, and number 10, he has it, and he's tackled, number 10. That's Lane Benson. So we're talking about the offense of the Power I that Trent Richens. It's a little bit, so like he's new to this offense, so he's not, but the players are, and so he kind of simplifies the offense. It's kind of a running game option. Parker Rust, that's why he's at quarterback. He's a dual threat option there, and they're going to look to throw the ball a little bit too, but also if he needs to, he can run. So the Parker Rust is in the underneath the snap, gives it to Carson Sheets, who gets maybe 2 yards on the play. He's tackled by an angry Parowan defense. And talking about that defense on that Parowan side, Coach Miller, he brought his son with him from Canyon View, who was the leading tackler in 3A last year. 124 tackles this guy has. Porter Miller, number 42. Look for him to get some exciting plays all night. Rust to Carson Sheets. He tries to get around the end, and there's a flag, but he gets nowhere and gets tackled by a Parowan defense. Yellow numbers are kind of hard to see. And we have an injury on the field already. So not very much into the game. An injured player is down. And it's not good to see. Like, I love sports and stuff, but I hate injuries. And it's part of the game, but it's always hard to see. So training staff's going to look at him, and we're going to go a break, and then after we'll come back.
In our small community, something big is happening. Strata's fiber network is connecting thousands of locations in the basin, bringing internet speeds now as fast as 1 gig. Delivered across the fastest technology available, gig internet has the speed and power equal to 1,000 megabits per second. For more streaming, more sharing, more connected devices, and more possibilities. It's internet fast enough for your life. Get your gig today from Strata Networks. We connect lives.
Some of the most important diagnostic tools in medicine today are in the radiology department. At Ashley Regional Medical Center, there are many modalities to choose from: CAT scans, nuclear medicine, MRI, 4D ultrasound, digital mammography, bone density scanning, and a totally digital format. The technicians at Ashley Regional are highly trained and are well known for their great customer service skills. If you need an x-ray of any kind, ask your physician to send you to Ashley Regional Medical Center for quality results.
And we're back here in Altamont. As an Altamont player comes off the sideline injured. And I'm still trying to get a fix on who it is, but I believe it's number 50. That's Talon Keniston. So always unfortunate for injuries to happen. And he's one of the leading tacklers for their team. Like, they expected huge things from Keniston, so hopefully he's okay. Parker Rust under snap again. Hands it off to, this time, McKay. And gets close to a first down, gets a couple yards off that play. They're only about two or 3 yards short. So the defensive play of the game, keys for Miller's side of the ball with the Parowan. He just wants to start fast. He doesn't want them to run the ball, and wants them to force them to throw. And that's what's kind of happening right now. They're just kind of running the ball, getting a couple yards, trying to see what they can get on the offense. But if they can't get any more than that and don't get first downs, they're going to have to be throwing the ball. But here we go. An option fake. He's hit in the backfield, and that's a huge play for Parowan. That's number 4, Trey Gents, on the tackle. That's a big tackle for loss right there. 9 minutes and 54 seconds in this game, so in the first quarter. It's 4th down, and here comes the punt from Altamont. Parowan's back to receive. It's fumbled a little bit on the snap, but what a good kick. Goes right to Parowan, to Gents, and Gents is wrapped up right away, and a flag on the play, but 33 makes an outstanding tackle, Kason Abbott. And that's what you like to see on your special teams. You want to see your gunners get to the ball first, and you put your speed guys on the edge right there, and he got to him really quick. So Parowan, they'll get the ball now, and you got Porter Wood at quarterback, and he's number 44. So that's kind of interesting number for a quarterback pick, 44. And looks like he's going to be under snap as well. They've got a really good offense between Porter Wood and Porter Miller. And then Jake Matheson, watch him. That was a great run. That looked like a quarterback keeper. Nope, that was Miller. So Porter Miller, the coach's son, gets a big gain on 1st down. And so Porter Wood on the play there.
2nd down and 6 for the Rams.
Oh, and he watched the defense on that play right there. Altamont got in there when they tried to run the ball 3 times in a row. 2 times it worked, the 3rd time it didn't.
33-yard line.
So Porter Wood takes the snap, and then nothing on the play again, and so it's stopped short. And so what Trent Richens brings is defense. When talking to him, he says, I want this team to be a defensive juggernaut. I want us to get off the ball and make plays all day long. So that was a really good play by the Altamont defense as a whole. And it looks like they try to run up the middle again, and the Altamont defense holds again. Great play. And we're to, it says there's a 1st down on there, but 7 minutes and 59 seconds left. Oh, so they turned it over. They went for it on 4th and short, and they didn't get it. What a 4th down stop that was. And that's what Trent Richens wants. He wants 4th down stops. He wants big defensive plays. There you got it. So Parker Rust is going to be back at quarterback. Watch, there's some also awesome good players on this team. That was McKay Foy. Gets 4 yards on the play. And so we're 7 minutes, 38 seconds left in the first quarter. 2nd down. Kind of play do you draw up if you're Richens here? Haven't seen really anyone throw the ball on both sides yet. But look at that power eye. You got a running back on the left, a running back on the right, and then a tight end that comes back and can run the option too, as Lane doesn't get the catch right there. That was a good route by Lane Benson. It was a little bit overthrown.
Brings up 3rd and 7 for the Longhorns.
So 3rd and 7 on this play. You know, usually you see a throw, but with this power eye, you can option it too. They're really confident in their running and what they can do. And then watch this offensive line. If they do run it, they're going to, nope, they fake it. They throws it to the right, and it's picked. Did he catch it? No, he didn't catch it, but that was a good defensive play by number 42, which is Porter Miller. So he gets a hand on it, and we're at fourth down. And fourth down, they decide to go. Looks a little bit out of the field goal range still. And they're gonna go for it here. Watch number 11 out here on the wide set. It's a fake option and doesn't go anywhere. Parowan has sniffed out. And a big play by Gents. That's the second big play by Gents. Number 4, Trey Gents. 5'7", 155 pounds. Gets in the backfield twice in a row on 2 separate series. So Parowan gets the ball this time. They throw it. They got a man deep. It's Jake Matheson, but he just doesn't bring it in. Jake Matheson, I mean, that was a perfect route, perfect throw. Hit him in the hands, but a good play there by Parker Russ to not let that happen. He put a hand, just got a hand in it in the end. Pretty sweet play right there. And that's what happens. Sometimes you'll fall asleep. You get into that run game mode on defense, and they're running the ball, so you start loading the box. And so they have to take it seriously that they can pass, because that was a really good pass. A big run right here by Parowan. And he gets up, and that's number, okay, so that's right. So it's hard to see the numbers. It looked like it was 44, but their main stud running back is number 34, Guyman. Ethan Guyman. He had some big-time rushes last year after this play here. Guyman sees a hole. He takes it. He could be going all the way. He does. He takes it the distance. Touchdown, Parowan. 6-0 with 6 minutes and 27 seconds. And that's what Trent Richens didn't want to happen, is to just leave a play wide open, have a broken coverage, and have a huge gain for a touchdown. And we'll see if the extra point, they go for the 2 on this play. And flags are thrown. So still early in this game, 6-0. Altamont on the wrong side of the score. But now they just have to punch back. Parowan threw the first punch. And now Altamont's got to show their toughness and bring it back. They had a pretty good drive going on that last play. They were pretty close to the end zone on their side. So I think that they had a good start. Just that one play right there hurt them a little bit. But yeah, Ethan Guyman, he's a beast. He's hard to stop. As the field goal goes through the uprights, and we'll take a timeout and come back to kickoff.
At Moon Lake Electric, we are a locally owned cooperative with a deep history of providing dependable and affordable electric service to its customers for over 75 years. With a state-of-the-art electrical system, we are setting a standard for excellence in the electric utility industry. We are proud to call this place home, and we are happy to support our local schools and athletes. Find and like us on Facebook for energy-saving tips. Moon Lake Electric, keeping the power on.
Founded in 1946 by the Savage family with a single truck, today, Savage is the leader in supply chain management solutions that are tailored to meet the needs of our customers across a variety of industries. We are a proud sponsor of high school sports coverage and the community here in the Uinta Basin.
And we are back live here in game Friday night action. A sponsor for us at VTV here, Strata Networks, is proud to help bring you live coverage of local sports. Enjoy reliable coverage and unbeatable speeds from the company that brings you more local cell sites than any other carrier. nationwide 4G LTE coverage, and the latest devices from your favorite brands. As the kickoff comes to Altamont, it's a short kick taken by Lane Benson. He sees a hole, but it's quickly shortened up, and he's tackled. And I'm pretty sure that Trent Renchins told his team to not panic. This is a first-year coaching staff, a first offense, and their defense is even different there this year. They're running a 5-3 defense, and so they're front-loaded. And you could see in that first series how good it was that they couldn't really run the ball, and they were just getting stuffed left and right. But the offense of Parowan started to build some holes right there, and Ethan Guyman took it to the house. So let's see the adjustments that are made here on offense. They did pretty good last series. Like they said, they got all the way to the 35-yard line almost before going for it on fourth down and not converting. Rust underneath the center. He backs up into shotgun, comes back to under snap. He kind of trips there, and that's what led to the sack. I mean, he kind of took a step back and kind of tripped over his own feet, and it just was just enough for that Parowan defense to get in there. And Porter Miller comes up with the assisted sack there. Again, this guy was 3A leading tackler, 124 tackles last year. He's a coach's son, and not only that, he can play running back, he can play wide receiver. I mean, this kid is the do-it-all. He can probably sell hot dogs in the stands too. He is a great player, so they're going to have to key on him. And I know in talking to the coaches, Trent and Corey Farnsworth said that they're going to double-team him, try to get him out of space. There's a throw to number 11. It's a pretty good throw, but just a little bit to the sideline, uncatchable. But that's the first real big throw we've seen from Altamont. So good to see that, how they're going to try to open it up and maybe spread the Parowan defense out. So again, and it's important, like you can run the ball, but then your defense is really going to catch on, and they're going to just load the box and play the run. So if you don't throw it and throw it deep, you're not going to get many yards on the ground. You have to have a balance. Parker thinks about changing the play there, options it out to McKay. McKay's around the end. He gets a couple, and he's brought out of bounds by the Parowan defense. But 6 yards, that's a good gain. I mean, if you can get 6 yards every play, you'll take it. And so that's a good play by Altamont right there. And this Parowan defense from side to side, they have a lot of speed, so it's tough to get around those ends. But McKay Foy has the speed to do it. So fourth down, they'll punt. Wasn't enough on that 6-yard play. But those are the kind of plays that you want to have in the first and second downs. Getting 6-yard gains like that around the end. Looks like a timeout is called here between the refs, and we're going to take a timeout too. We'll be right back.
Being there to see the sunset, only to see it rise. Your friends, your family, and being around those who matter most. Visiting new places and trying new things. The road trips or the camping trips. The times you'll remember and the places you'll go back to. Let each mile bring you closer to the moments that matter. L&L Motor. People you know. People who care.
So Zach Hansen, another really good player for Altamont, another do-everything guy. You know, he's your punter, he's your wide receiver. He had a really good punt in the first quarter, in the very first of the quarter, and that one was okay. You know, you just don't want to punt it to a dangerous returner, get it on the 32-yard line. That's not a bad punt. But Zach Hansen, he can definitely stretch the field. Last year was quarterback, so he knows the vision and everything like that. So the chemistry between those two, Parker Rust and Zach Hansen, where they were both quarterbacks last year and really talented, this year Trent Richens decided to put him at wide receiver and get Parker Rust to throw him the ball. And the chemistry between them in practice has just shown in big waves. So they hope to see that on the field of play as well. And there's Porter Miller. So he can do it on defense, and he can also do it on offense. He's a running back, big dude. Looks like he's about 225 pounds, I believe.
Gain of about 4 on the play. If we have second down and 6 for the Rams.
Looks like they'll line up on the ball and try to see if they go back to the run, because it worked really good with Ethan Guyman on that last series. There's the pitch to Ethan. Wow, did you see that cut? That was such a good cut, how he got to the outside. Looked like almost he was going to go in and then just made that jump step and went all the way around the end and fooled the defense. This kid is smooth. Really good running back, Ethan Guyman. So much so, he had 1,011 yards last year on the ground and a couple touchdowns. So they expect big things from him this year as running back. And there's Porter Miller again. So he gets a couple. 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Second down and 4 or 5. 3. Porter Wood under snap. Gives it back to his running back. And that was a good defensive play on the right side there by Altamont. And too bad we don't have the replay, but what happened is the linebacker cheated up and saw what gap that it was going to go in. And sometimes you're guessing the gap, sometimes you just have a feel where you know where the running back's going to go. And that's how that was. He knew the whole time where that ball was going and made the right choice. It's a pitch. And that's Guyman, and he gets a first down. So talking to Richens before the game, he wanted to see toughness from Altamont. He wanted them to make big plays, but overall, just not be scared of contact, to make plays, hit hard. And at first they're doing that. In the last couple series, they're starting to play a little softer. There's a throw to a wide open Parowan. Who is it? Yeah, and that's a good receiver as well, number 12. That's Trevor Bassett. He had some big plays last year too. Bassett had 134 yards last year as a first-year receiver. And a good play there. So they're really close to a touchdown. Number 48 makes the tackle, Cooper Rust. And it's second down and goal, and this is when 2 minutes and 29 seconds left. This is what Trent Richens is all about. He wants that stop right here. They don't want to get him in the end zone. We'll see how he does on this play. Wood snaps it, throws it. Oh, nope, he gives it to Miller. Miller goes up the middle, and he stopped short. So 3-yard line, almost to score Parowan Rams, and Altamont has to really dig deep right here. 7-0 A minute 50 on the clock. Third down.
Quarterback sneak.
Wood tries to take it himself as a quarterback sneak and does not get in. Oh, and now the ref comes in and says it. Well, now they're talking about it. I saw one ref raise a touchdown, and
Oh, it is a touchdown.
and they're going to keep it as. So it's a touchdown, Parowan Rams. 14. So 13-0. And it looks like they're going to kick a PAT this time. They did last time as well. They set up to go for two and then
Good.
kicked it through.
The Rams took a 14-0 lead.
So 14-0. And this is the start that Coach Miller wanted and not so much the start that Trent Richens want. But this is a young team and a young, inexperienced team, and they're going to come back from this. So we're going to go to break, and then we'll get back for kickoff.
In our small community, something big is happening. Strata's fiber network is connecting thousands of locations in the basin, bringing internet speeds now as fast as 1 gig. Delivered across the fastest technology available, gig internet has the speed and power equal to 1,000 megabits per second. For more streaming, more sharing, more connected devices, and more possibilities. It's internet fast enough for your life. Get your gig today from Strata Networks. We connect lives.
And we're back, and the kickoff happened, and Carson Sheets, he took it about 10 yards back on the return. Got him set up here on the 40-yard line. And now it's the Altamont Longhorns' turn to be on offense, 14-0. They got to have an answer here. Coach Richens, they were talking to him before, and they said that, you know, they didn't have a great year last year. They only won 1 game, and this year it's a new coaching staff, a new offense, new defense, and they called it a rebuilding year. But Coach Richens said, no, this is not a rebuilding year. We want to win, and we want to win right up front, and we're going to do everything we can do as a coaching staff to make our players great on the field. And he said that the experience that's came back, and then also the young guys that have stepped up in practice have made it better. So you could see some flashes of some really good plays that Altamont's made so far in this game that are going to help them in games later. But this game it's only in the first quarter. We're okay, 14-0, and that's exactly what he's telling his players. Let's just get this going. Carson Sheets tries to go up the middle. No, gets maybe one. And the physicality on the Parowan Rams, they're a big defensive line right there. It's tough to get through. And the linebackers look really good as they were choosing the right gaps too. Not a lot of throws. I've only seen 1 or 2 from each team. We'll see if they open it up a little bit in the second quarter, but we're 55 seconds left in this first. Watch number 25 right here, Zach Hansen. See if they can get it out to him. They roll their quarterback, Russ, to the right. He throws it to an open number 10. He gets it in. Number 10, Lane Benson makes a great catch on about the 37-yard line. And that puts him in really good position to score. Really decent throw. I was impressed by the throw on that play because he was on the run. And it's tough to make that kind of throw when you're on the run. And he did it in style, and Lane Benson made a pretty spectacular catch, getting that 1 foot in before he went out of bounds. So Lane Benson been making some plays. Number 5, McKay tries to get up the middle, and he's met by Porter Miller, who drives him back.
With no gain on the play.
Oh, that's actually Porter Wood. So you wonder why the quarterback had a number 44, because he's the opposing linebacker too. So number 44 looks better as a linebacker. And that's the quarter. Quarter number one ends 14-0, but Altamont on a run, looking here to score. So we'll see if they can do it when we get back.
Some of the most important diagnostic tools in medicine today are in the radiology department. At Ashley Regional Medical Center, there are many modalities to choose from: CAT scans, nuclear medicine, MRI, 4D ultrasound, digital mammography, bone density scanning, and a totally digital format. The technicians at Ashley Regional are highly trained and are well known for their great customer service skills. If you need an x-ray of any kind, ask your physician to send you to Ashley Regional Medical Center for quality results.
At Moon Lake Electric, we are a locally owned cooperative with a deep history of providing dependable and affordable electric service to its customers for over 75 years. With a state-of-the-art electrical system, we are setting a standard for excellence in the electric utility industry. We are proud to call this place home, and we are happy to support our local schools and athletes. Find and like us on Facebook for energy-saving tips. Moon Lake Electric, keeping the power on.
Welcome back here to Altamont, second quarter, and Altamont has the ball. There's Rust. Oh, he's captured it, just fumbled. Oh my goodness. He gets in the backfield and just knocks the ball down. It's fumbled and it's picked up, and a big play there by the Parowan, all the way back down to the 10. Number 5. Ryan Jeffries picks that ball up and takes it another 20 yards, almost to the house. So that was Porter Miller getting in there on the sack and then causing the fumble on Rust. I mean, he had nowhere to go. I mean, he was unblocked. Got right to Rust, and Rust couldn't do anything.
Rams take over 1st and 10 on their 10-yard line. Will be 1st and goal for the Rams.
Porter Wood. He's almost, it looked like he fumbled it, but it was kind of a design play. And tried to go to Ethan Guyman, but it was just a weird play. And it didn't get anything on there, so there's a 3-yard loss. Talking about Miller, you know, kind of similar situations where the coaches are brand new head coaches, but Miller's been around the block for a while. And he said that, you know, they don't have like very high expectations for him. And he says, if you call this a rebuilding year, you're just expecting to be defeated. And so we want to win and win right away. And almost gets it in on that play around the end. But I think that's kind of a cool quote. I mean, if you think it's a rebuilding year, you're pretty much already saying, you know, we're going to lose a couple games. You know, we'll maybe be a little bit better, but not the best. He's like, no, I expect to be the best from game one. And just the physicality right now from Parowan is just overmatching what Altamont's doing. And Parowan on defense is just making big plays. And there's a good play by Altamont. Not letting them get a couple yards on that play. Sponsor, Ashley Regional Medical Center, the Joint Commission accredited hospital in the basement. Ashley Regional is looking forward to completion our new women's center in 2018. Wood gives it to Ethan Guyman and doesn't get in, I don't think. Oh, and the ref's there, and he says he got over the line, so that's a touchdown. And could be 21-0 here in the second quarter. So it's really too bad that last possession, you know, Altamont had it on the 37-yard line on their side, and we're really close, you know, to making a play or two. to making this game a game. And you could really hear the crowd getting into it and pushing their boys. And there's a penalty on that play. So right now the story for Altamont, just so close to there, and then just giving up a huge play, giving up a huge 60-yard run by Ethan Guyman, and then a fumble recovery sack by Parowan that almost takes it to the distance as well. So if you can throw away those two plays, it's just 7-0, but those are the things you have to work on. Can't let those big plays happen. So Trent Richens, and I was talking to Corey Farnsworth, he's the assistant coach, and he's excited to be here as well. Both these guys played for Altamont a while ago in high school, and have, you know, big time love for the town and of Altamont, and Altamont has reached out and they've been behind these two, and hoping as Parowan gets set up for kickoff. Talk about another one of our great sponsors is Moon Lake, in operation since 1938. Owned by the people they serve, Moon Lake is a cooperative, not privately owned. Providing power to the area since 1938. Find and like them on Facebook. And the kickoff is to number 18. And he gets a few on that kickoff return. So we'll see what Altamont can do a little bit different on this possession. And I don't think it's doing anything different. They just more downs. So, I mean, they're doing good plays, doing good series, but not completing out and making mistakes. And that's just all about a first game and then a first and the new offense. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to adjust. Parowan's feeling pretty good on the other side, but they're not gonna let up. There's a good run by Carson Sheets, but he's met by two Parowan defenders. And really it was a good run, but man, they gotta have some blocking on that side. Zach Hansen just missed the block. He should have put a body on that guy. And he might have got a couple more yards. He might have even had a first down. He had some green in front of him. Second down. Russ looks to throw. He throws it deep. Almost gets it to number 11. He makes the play, but Parowan is there on the play and gets an interception. And that's number 12. And Trevor Bassett makes a big play on the other side. So wide receiver, defensive back, knows how to catch the ball back there. Played the ball, watched the eyes of the quarterback, and it burned him there. So a lot of mistakes by Altamont here in this first half. Let's see if the defense can make him come alive a little bit. As he gets to the quarterback, Zach Hansen almost gets to the quarterback, and you know, he didn't quite get there, but the throw was overthrown because Zach Hansen got in the backfield. And so those are the plays you want to see. But man, that's a good arm by Wood. He put it out there. So it looks like Altamont is trying to blitz the quarterback, getting pressure on him. You see Zach Hansen maybe gonna rush. Nope, he stays home, gets a tackle there. Parker Russ does, number 7. And that was more of a body tackle than a wrap up, and so he got a few more yards than he wanted him to, but still got him down, did the job. Good job by Parker Rust on the play. always great to see your quarterback making plays on both sides of the ball in high school football. You want athletes that can really come there and make a difference. And he takes it right up the middle, gets about 15, 16 yards. And that was Porter Miller. So the offensive line doing a really good job of blocking on Parowan Rams. And the size difference is a little bit different there on the defensive line in Altamont. Like, that offensive line is pretty beefy. There's the running back. There's a slow. Looks like that's a different guy. That's Ethan Guyman, man. He's so smooth, like how he gets through. It looks like he's gonna only get 2 or 3 yards, and then all of a sudden he breaks off a tackle and gets a couple more. That might have been Jessen on the play too, because he looked a little bit smaller. Parowan takes the snap here. Wood gives it to his running back. And so, you know, they're getting 3 or 4 yards a carry, sometimes 6 or 7, and they're just going up the middle, and they're finding what works, and if it's not broke, you don't fix it. So Miller, a seasoned guy, 18 years, you know, a little bit of college, a little bit of high school experience, defensive, offensive coordinating, sees a weakness and he's exploiting it. So here's a timeout by Altamont, and we're going to take a timeout too and hear from our sponsors.
Founded in 1946 by the Savage family with a single truck, today Savage is the leader in supply chain management solutions that are tailored to meet the needs of our customers across a variety of industries. We are a proud sponsor of high school sports coverage and the community here in the Uinta Basin.
Being there to see the sunset, only to see it rise. Your friends, your family, and being around those who matter most. Visiting new places and trying new things. The road trips or the camping trips. The times you'll remember and the places you'll go back to. Let each mile bring you closer to the moments that matter. L&L Motor. People you know. People who care.
We're back here in live coverage with VTV Channel 6. Brandon Jones here on the mic, watching high school football Friday Night Lights coming to you. As a run is by Parowan, that's big Porter Miller. I mean, look at him just moving guys. They're just trying to bring him down. That's a big boy to bring down, and they can't do it. Gets about 12 yards on the play. And Parowan just doing work there in the trenches with the offensive line, just blowing people up. If you watch that offensive line, they're getting really good blocks. And what I mean is they're getting pancake blocks. They're throwing people down on the floor, on the turf. And optioned out to Ethan Guyman. So defense kind of has to on the goal line to their end zone. And these are the moments where you kind of dig deep and say, okay, it's 21 nothing. We don't want any more points on us. Let's stop the bleeding right here. Maybe force a fumble as they all convert to the middle. We got a goal line defense on the field right now. See if they bring in a few more big players on that defensive line so that they can push that offensive line back a little bit. So Parowan, they run that veer offense. And last year, Jake Matheson, as they score a touchdown, so that's going to make it, 27-0 here. But Jake Matheson, the number 6, that almost made a really cool reception in the first quarter. He was their quarterback, and Porter Wood, he won the QB competition in practice over the offseason, And it just shows the character of Jake Matheson. He told his coach that, I'll do whatever's best for the team. And moved over to wide receiver, which he's no slouch at because he's a really good tight end wide receiver, whatever you want to call him, a hybrid wide receiver tight end because he's a big dude. But you just unselfishness. Tell me where to go, coach, I'll do it. Gonna kick the PAT here. And it's through. 6 minutes and 29 seconds left here in the second quarter. 27-0. Not a great start by Altamont and a really fantastic start by Parowan. And these are good coaching moments right here. Like when you feel like you're at your worst or you're defeated and things aren't going your way, this is the time to step in and get to your players and say, hey, it's okay. We can build from this. It's not over by any means. As you can see the coach there talking to Zach Hansen. A few plays. And really just execute and not make mistakes. Really great night here in Altamont. It's almost, I'd say, 80 degrees. Couldn't be any better. I was telling people today that there's a football game and like, already? Oh yeah, we're here. School's in session next week. College football's next week. NFL preseason right now. Football is in the air. Squib kick there by Parowan. It goes out of bounds, so it's going to be a penalty, and they'll automatically get it right there where it went out, unless the 35 is closer. So when it's 27-0 and you're the coach on Altamont, you're Richens, things are going your way a little bit, but right now you don't want your players to give up. And so what you can do as a coach is you can simplify things. You can simplify the offense. So take away half your playbook and just start running plays you know that you have designed well and done well in practice. And once they start getting those plays down, then you can move on to the bigger ones. And I think they started out with just a little bit too complicated. But they do kind of need to air it out a little bit. But what I mean by simplifying the offense is just make it a little bit easier. As another tackle for a sack and a fumble. I mean, the ball is rolling down the hill right now for Altamont, and Parowan is just capitalizing on every turnover and every mistake that Altamont's making. And that's a rough start for Altamont. I'm not going to lie. It's 27-0, and now you're backed up to your own end zone. Again, you don't want your guys to give up, and you don't want your coaching staff to give up. You don't want any type of ill will or negative comments going on. And I don't see that on the sideline right now. I don't see anybody shaking their head and blaming anyone. These are just learning moments. As a run is around the end, and looked like he almost got in the end zone, but he stepped out at the very end. Who is that? Number 12, that's Trevor Bassett, who already has a reception for a touchdown on the last series in the first quarter. 6 minutes and 12 seconds left, 27-0. See if Altamont can come up with a big play here. It's a pass all the way to the right side, wide open touchdown, Parowan. That's a Trey Gents, number 4, making big plays in this game already. side, giving handshakes and high fives to his players. Really pleased with what they're doing as the PAT goes through, and we're 33-0 here in the second quarter. 34-0.
Extra point is good.
And
Parowan.
we're going to take a timeout and go to our sponsors, and we'll be right back for kickoff.
In our small community, something big is happening. Strata's fiber network is connecting thousands of locations in the basin, bringing internet speeds now as fast as 1 gig. Delivered across the fastest technology available, gig internet has the speed and power equal to 1,000 megabits per second. For more streaming, more sharing, more connected devices, and more possibilities. It's internet fast enough for your life. Get your gig today from Strata Networks. We connect lives.
So we're back here on the Altamont football field, and it's 34-0. As Parowan goes to kickoff. Carson Sheets looking to receive, and they kick it over to the other side and out of bounds again.
Ball's kicked out of bounds again.
And those are the kind of plays you don't want from Parowan, and those are the things you can work on in a 34-0 game. And that's something that you can be disappointed in. Is, you know, you've had 2 kickoffs in a row, they go out of bounds, and those can hurt you in big games and close games down the road. And even though the score is this way, and it doesn't seem to be too big of a deal in this game, it can be down the road. So Miller's gonna make sure that doesn't happen anymore. I guarantee it. And Parker Rust is back here at quarterback again. Signals Hansen. Hansen comes in motion, fakes the reverse. Carson Sheets goes around the end, finds the end, gets a couple. But again, that speed of Parowan caught him on that coming by. And usually we have, you know, the L&L replays with our full coverage. And tonight we have some replays happening for you, and I'm not sure exactly when they're happening. So that's what you're seeing if the replay happens, and I'm not quoting anything about it. Rust gives it to his running back, number 8. And so they try a little bit of different running back there. And that's John Johnson. Gets up a little gingerly on that play, but gets a good first down. Hey, that's a first down for Altamont. That's a step in the right direction. And that's what you're looking for if you're Trent Richards or Corey Farnsworth. You're looking for guys that can make plays and give them more time. So you're still trying to find the right players, the right combinations. See Zach Hansen is a good receiver. Haven't gone to him much yet this year, this game. They run it to McKay. McKay Foy gets 5 yards or 6 yards there, about 5 yards. 5 minutes. And, you know, the power eye, you know, you can do a lot of things. You can do a lot of options. And like I said, simplifying the offense. It's not too hard to make pitches, make a running back to, was a pretty decent throw. Number 48 just didn't make the catch. But a really silly play on the other side. Number 42, Porter Miller, pushes him in the back late, and it's going to be a first down. So the refs are going to talk about it, but I think that's exactly what it's going to be. Another sponsor we have is Savage Trucking. The Savage family founded the company in 1946 with a single truck hauling coal and timber in Utah. Today, they are the leader in the supply chain management. Solutions are tailored to meet the needs of our customers across a variety of industries, including electric and power. Coal production, oil refining, railroad, chemical, oil field, downhole services, and other industries. Parker Russ looks to throw. He throws it to number 10. Lane Benson's open. Catches it. Gets 5 yards. Hey, there's some positive plays going on here. 2 first downs on this drive. Some good running. Some good, you know, like number 10, he's been working out there. Catching that the last series of having success, and they go back to him. You're trying to find those players that make big plays. Lane Benson's made them tonight. So he's going to get some more throws his way. Parker Russ to McKay. McKay is swallowed up by 3 defensive linemen. Does get 2 yards on the game. Number 33, he checks in. Kason Abbott. And I'm seeing some growth in this offense right now in this drive. You're seeing people make plays. You're seeing them being smart. And Parker Rust is being smart, throwing the ball. Look at that reversed Carson Sheets, and nowhere. So trick play doesn't quite work. I like the quick screen pass to Zach Hansen, but the backward toss didn't make a whole lot of sense to me right there, because he already had probably 5 or 6 yards, or maybe even more, with Zach Hansen with that reception, and he just had to go. But he didn't turn it over, and that's a good sign. And Russ is getting a little bit more comfortable as we go along in this game. Under center, takes it, throws. Oh, he dodged a defender, almost gets sacked, but throws a pick. And number 10, Lane Benson, brings him down. So Parker's just got to learn a little bit of patience. He got away from the guy that was trying to tackle him. He probably had 3 or 4 seconds to maybe set his feet and take a throw, or even run it himself. But right now the game's kind of fast for him. And that's what happens when you're being rushed almost every play. Just got out of his hands and threw the interception on that play. Parowan will probably get back to what they do best and kind of run it up the middle, maybe run some clock here before halftime. Two minutes left. That's a great play on behind the line right there. And that's good to see, because Zach Hansen and company, they're making the tackle. The TFL, the tackle for loss. And you can see, Parowan's in no hurry to get up to the line. They're just kind of trying to draw this out. I don't know if they're intending to score, or they're just kind of running the clock out so they can go to halftime and talk about some few adjustments. Gets a couple yards. don't want to put Altamont back in the game by making a turnover. So you're probably not going to throw the ball this close to halftime. Oh, and a big sack. And it's almost, I think it's fumbled. Is it fumbled? I know it was fumbled, but who recovered it? It looks like Parowan did recover. But, that was a huge sack.
It'll be 4th down and 30 yards for the Rams. Listen on the sack there.
That's what you want if you're Altamont. Get a sack right before half. You want to do a play that's really awesome before halftime, so you have something to build on in that second half. As they could take a timeout before half, and we are going to take a timeout with them too. We're back here in Altamont. As Parowan looks to punt here. Number 10, Lane Benson, playmaker of the day for Altamont, looks to receive, and we'll see if they even try to kick it to him because he's been making plays and they don't want to. That's a really high kick. And it takes a really good bounce for Parowan. And it looks like on the 43-yard line, Altamont will take over with 42 seconds left. And there's two ways to go at this with being 34-0, 42 seconds left. You can not want to make another mistake and try to maybe just run the ball a couple plays and get in the locker room and start and get a chance to talk to your guys, or try to make a statement in this 42 seconds and get down the field. Maybe you try one play that's not too difficult, not like a deep bomb or anything like that, but get it going down the sideline. If you can get something good, maybe you can try to score here. Parker Rust goes back in the shotgun formation. Rust throws it deep and out of bounds. Tried to get it to intended receiver Zach Hansen. But you know, I didn't mind that play. Like I said, you kind of want to stretch the defense, but you don't want to throw another interception. Parker Rust made the best decision right there and just said, I'm going to throw it out of bounds and not throw another interception. And that's what you'll kind of learn as a quarterback going on too. Like if it's not there, just throw it out of bounds. Live another day. It's only second down. And that's probably what Richens was telling them. Patience, boy. And Parker Rust is sacked in the backfield. And the clock will keep running. 3rd down. And you look at Parowan. They'll back up. Nothing behind him is what Miller is saying. Nothing behind you. If they're going to throw it deep, at the buzzer throws it. It's picked. Make sure he doesn't get back. Get a tackle. Wrap up. They get him. They get him down. And the the buzzer sounded, so that's the half, and you're not going to have anything go wrong with that. So 34-0 at halftime. A lot of adjustments to be made from the Altamont Longhorns. Really good play by the Parowan Rams. And we'll come back and talk to you about the second half coming up.
Some of the most important diagnostic tools in medicine today are in the radiology department. At Ashley Regional Medical Center, there are many modalities to choose from: CAT scans, nuclear medicine, MRI, 4D ultrasound, digital mammography, bone density scanning, and a totally digital format. The technicians at Ashley Regional are highly trained and are well known for their great customer service skills. If you need an x-ray of any kind, ask your physician to send you to Ashley Regional Medical Center for quality results.
At Moon Lake Electric, we are a locally owned cooperative with a deep history of providing dependable and affordable electric service to its customers for over 75 years. With a state-of-the-art electrical system, we are setting a standard for excellence in the electric utility industry. We are proud to call this place home, and we are happy to support our local schools and athletes. Find and like us on Facebook for energy-saving tips. Moon Lake Electric, keeping the power on.
Founded in 1946 by the Savage family with a single truck, today, Savage is the leader in supply chain management solutions that are tailored to meet the needs of our customers across a variety of industries. We are a proud sponsor of high school sports coverage and the community here in the Uinta Basin.
Being there to see the sunset, only to see it rise. Your friends, your family, and being around those who matter most. Visiting new places and trying new things. The road trips or the camping trips. The times you'll remember and the places you'll go back to. Let each mile bring you closer to the moments that matter. L&L Motor. People you know. People who care.
In our small community, something big is happening. Strata's fiber network is connecting thousands of locations in the basin, bringing internet speeds now as fast as 1 gig. Delivered across the fastest technology available, gig internet has the speed and power equal to 1,000 megabits per second. For more streaming, more sharing, more connected devices, and more possibilities. It's internet fast enough for your life. Get your gig today from Strata Networks. We connect lives.
Some of the most important diagnostic tools in medicine today are in the radiology department. At Ashley Regional Medical Center, there are many modalities to choose from: CAT scans, nuclear medicine, MRI, 4D ultrasound, digital mammography, bone density scanning, and a totally digital format. The technicians at Ashley Regional are highly trained and are well known for their great customer service skills. If you need an x-ray of any kind, ask your physician to send you to Ashley Regional Medical Center for quality results.
At Moon Lake Electric, we are a locally owned cooperative with a deep history of providing dependable and affordable electric service to its customers for over 75 years. With a state-of-the-art electrical system, we are setting a standard for excellence in the electric utility industry. We are proud to call this place home, and we are happy to support our local schools and athletes. Find and like us on Facebook for energy-saving tips. Moon Lake Electric, keeping the power on.
back here in Altamont, Utah. Friday Night Lights football action here for you. Brandon Jones, VTV, and we're at halftime right now, and both coaches and players are in the locker rooms as we speak, and both are having very different conversations. So Altamont, you know, they have to, you know, answer the bell here. It's 34-0. They got to make no mistakes. I think that's the number one thing that Coach Richens is going to be talking to him in the locker room. Just make no more turnovers, no more mistakes. I mean, you can make mistakes. They're going to make mistakes, but no turnovers. Let's say no turnovers. Don't turn over the ball. That's going to be our main goal in the second half. And that last series, they can build off because they did really good. They got 2 first downs in a row. They got really good plays to Lane Benson, who was making pretty spectacular catches. He's got 2 of them. Maybe they'll go to him a little bit more. Maybe you get him a little bit more involved. Maybe get Zach Hansen a little bit more involved. He's a true senior this year, playing lights out last year as quarterback, but the switch to wide receiver, they just need to give him the ball a little bit more. If they can just make bigger plays in the second half and no mistakes, they can really come back in this game, or at least make it respectable and not make it so it's a blowout. So on Parowan's side, you know, Coach Miller's in there, and there's not a lot of negativity. They're happy about what they're doing, but he's going to bring them all home real quick. He's like, dude, it's 34-0, but we can't take the gas off the foot. We can't take the foot off the gas pedal quite yet. You know, this is a learning experience. Maybe he can get some younger guys in the second half in, but it's not over by a long shot. High school football can turn in an instant. And Altamont, they can get on a roll. They can get some momentum and possibly get back into this game. And so he knows that. He's been around football for 18 years. I'm sure he's seen a 34-0 deficit turn into, you know, a lead or even a win on the opposing. So I bet you he's seen it all at Dixie State, at Canyon View. So he's going to prepare his guys in the locker room, and Trent Richens is like, this. Let's make no mistakes. Let's play physical. Let's play hard, and get this to a game again. And you know, we have a lot of people here in the stands. Let's give them a game. Let's give them a game here in Altamont to remember. So he's telling his guys, don't be down on yourselves. We're not going to be down on you. We're not down on us. We're not giving up on you, and it's just not going to happen. And that's kind of the rebuild that goes on with a football team that's a brand new system, a brand new offense, a brand new coaching staff. So we're going to see a different Altamont in the second half, and they're going to build off the plays and the positive plays that they've played in the first half. In Parowan, they're just going to come do their thing, and they're, like I said, Miller's going to say, no mistakes. Let's have perfect execution. Don't give up. Don't let up. And we'll see what happens in the second half and see what they can do. We're going to hear from our sponsors, maybe see a few replays from the first half, and we'll be back for the second half.
Being there to see the sunset, only to see it rise. Your friends, your family, and being around those who matter most. Visiting new places and trying new things. The road trips or the camping trips. The times you'll remember and the places you'll go back to. Let each mile bring you closer to the moments that matter. L&L Motor. People you know. People who care.
Founded in 1946 by the Savage family with a single truck, today, Savage is the leader in supply chain management solutions that are tailored to meet the needs of our customers across a variety of industries. We are a proud sponsor of high school sports coverage and the community here in the Uinta Basin.
Some of the most important diagnostic tools in medicine today are in the radiology department. At Ashley Regional Medical Center, there are many modalities to choose from: CAT scans, nuclear medicine, MRI, 4D ultrasound, digital mammography, bone density scanning, and a totally digital format. The technicians at Ashley Regional are highly trained and are well known for their great customer service skills. If you need an x-ray of any kind, ask your physician to send you to Ashley Regional Medical Center for quality results.
Lake Electric, we are a locally owned cooperative with a deep history of providing dependable and affordable electric service to its customers for over 75 years. With a state-of-the-art electrical system, we are setting a standard for excellence in the electric utility industry. We are proud to call this place home, and we are happy to support our local schools and athletes. Find and like us on Facebook for energy-saving tips. Moon Lake Electric, keeping the power on.
In our small community, something big is happening. Strata's fiber network is connecting thousands of locations in the basin, bringing internet speeds now as fast as 1 gig. Delivered across the fastest technology available, gig internet has the speed and power equal to 1,000 megabits per second. For more streaming, more sharing, more connected devices, and more possibilities. It's internet fast enough for your life. Get your gig today from Strata Networks. We connect lives.
Being there to see the sunset, only to see it rise. Your friends, your family, and being around those who matter most. Visiting new places and trying new things. The road trips or the camping trips. The times you'll remember and the places you'll go back to. Let each mile bring you closer to the moments that matter. L&L Motor. People you know. People who care.
Some of the most important diagnostic tools in medicine today are in the radiology department. At Ashley Regional Medical Center, there are many modalities to choose from: CAT scans, nuclear medicine, MRI, 4D ultrasound, digital mammography, bone density scanning, and a totally digital format. The technicians at Ashley Regional are highly trained and are well known for their great customer service skills. If you need an x-ray of any kind, ask your physician to send you to Ashley Regional Medical Center for quality results.
We are back here at Altamont High School watching some Friday Night Lights. It's a beautiful night. Always a great day for football when it's 70 degrees. 34-0, that's not a great score for a football game. And here's the Altamont Longhorns coming in, and we'll see what they can do and what kind of damage they can do in the second half. And what kind of things were said in the locker room. If I could be a fly on the wall, I can kind of guess how it went. And sometimes you think, like, if it's 34-0, you go into a halftime locker room and you get a lot of lashing or a coach yelling, you know, of doing bad plays or doing this and that. But that's not Trent Richens' style. Trent Richens and Corey Farnsworth, they're gonna be positive with their kids, and most coaches are all like that. We think that that's what goes on in the locker room, but when you're actually in a locker room, the coach have a lot of love for their teams, and they're boys on and off the field, in their academics here at school, and then also on the field of play, and it hurts a coach when they work so hard in practice and it's 34-0, or on the flip side of things, when things go really well and it's 34-0 on your side, and you're happy as a coach, and it makes it worth it being a coach. But this is just the learning experiences of high school football. Everybody has games like this. But, you know, let's look with the positive here. The Altamont Longhorns, they have a lot of good talent on their team. And Parker Russ, he just needs to be a little bit more patient. But he's not getting a lot of help on the offensive line, and so maybe bring another tight end to block, so that they make sure they get him some time and that he's not sacked, on countless plays. And then, get some plays to Zach Hansen. This guy's your do-it-all guy on offense and defense. But if you changed him from wide receiver and the chemistry was there in practice, it's gonna be there in the game. You just got to get him in good space, and he's got to run right routes and get open. And then Lane Benson, he's been making plays in that first half. He's a great player. Wyatt Jessen, he's a senior. Look for him to try to get in the backfield again. He had a sack in that first half, and that's the highlight that he'll look back on. It's always great hitting the quarterback. And they expected things from Keniston as well. Talon Keniston, he's just been lighting it up in practice. And right in the first play, he was injured and hasn't been able to make it back to the field yet. And, you know, there's some really good players on Parowan, too. Porter Wood done a really good job at quarterback. Ethan Guyman, you know, you saw that huge long run he had in the first quarter. Porter Miller, he's a beast. I mean, he's 235-pound linebacker. Then he runs running back. He's your running back fullback, basically. Gets anywhere he wants to go. Jake Matheson was quarterback last year, moved to wide receiver. Looks like a good choice right now, as there is an onside kick by Altamont, and no one went for the ball on that whole left side. They just kind of watched it. That's a live ball, boys. You got to go get it. And then Trevor Bassett's been making plays as a receiver, and then also on the defense. He had an interception, and then he had a touchdown for a receiving touchdown on the Parowan Rams side too. So there's some good players on both of these teams, and it's going to come together for them. As Wood takes the snap, gives the ball to Ethan Guyman. Guyman gets a couple yards. There's a tackle made by 50. Oh, that's the two I was talking about. You got Wyatt Jessen there on the play. Second down and 9. That's a start. And those are good things to build on your defense. You don't want them to get many yards, and you'll take just one. Get Parker Russ looking into the eyes of the defender. He gets by him. It's Porter Miller, drives it up the middle, gets a few more yards. And then Weston Jessen gets the tackle on that one. Wood. Back to Miller. Miller powers his way through for a first down and more. Carson Sheets on the tackle. And that's a first down. Porter Miller gets where he wants to go really fast. He's a quick guy for how big he is. Not a lot of shake and bake, just runs north and south and just gets the yards that he wants. Wood. Oh, there's a false start. They better call that. They didn't call many offensive penalties on Parowan in the first half, and I didn't mention that, but there was a few that there was some false starts, and they finally got it to go. And then maybe that was some talk by the coaches on the Altamont side. He's like, hey, look, there's some penalties. They're moving. Wood fakes it to Guyman, but gives it to, it looks like Miller or Guyman. I can't tell. Yellow jerseys are just, the yellow numbers on their jerseys just kind of flatten out on that white. It's tough to see. Some substitutions on the Altamont side there as Cooper Russ goes in. No flags on that. Looked like the defensive lineman jumped a little bit. No call there. Porter Wood takes the QB keeper and option there and gets a couple. 9 minutes and 33 seconds. So Wood hands it to Miller.
Oh, nice stop on the play by the Longhorns.
a group of tacklers from Altamont pull Miller down, and that's what it takes. You got to get some tacklers on that Miller kid because he's a power back. But what you got to do in those situations, you got to get low on him. The lower you go on that big guy, the harder he'll fall. And Altamont's defense lines up. Wood under center. Pitches it to Guyman. Guyman shakes and bakes, tries to get away. Sweet tackle there by 33. Kason Abbott makes a good looking tackle. And, you know, that was basically the same play as that big run in the first quarter when Ethan Guyman got out for like a 67-yard carry and touchdown. But Kason made a really good play on that to come back, cut back inside and stay home instead of taking the bait, and made a good tackle low. Play doesn't get too many yards on that. So second down, back to Altamont. You'll take that. You'll take fourth down stops. That's their second of the day. Those are things that are positive and you build off. Rust. And there's a flag. Looks like a false start on the offense. One of the offensive linemen twitched a little bit. Refs caught him. So things have kind of slowed down for Parowan a little bit. They've kind of let off a little. And these are the times that if you're Altamont, you're looking at that. You got to make big plays here. You got to answer the bell. If they're going to let their guard down, take advantage of it. Parker Russ throws it to 13. 13 makes an outstanding grab. They're going to give it to him? It's on the ground, they said. That was a decent try by number 13. Stretched out his arms. Caleb Thacker just couldn't quite come up with it. And Parker Russ threw that a little bit in front of him, but he still balled out for it, you know, and that's what you want to see. So because it didn't look like it was very catchable, but he stretched out, and you respect the receivers that will stretch out for a play like that. It's single coverage this time, and they run it up the middle. And McCoy gets 2 on the play. It's fourth down. I'll see what they decide on this play. They're going to probably punt it as Zach Hansen gets in that punt formation. Zach Hansen, though, as a punter, he's pretty athletic. He could fake it. He's kind of got a long way to go, but that whole left side is just wide open if he wanted to do it. I would. Why not? Low on the snap. Gets a good punt, though. As Jake Matheson, he picks it up. Matheson cuts through. They miss a tackle there. He gets dropped right there, number 5. McKay Foy lays the wood. So kind of got away for a second there and then tried to make a step and then a really executed tackle there. Parowan will take over there on the 34-yard line. Wood. Probably see a lot of handing off in this second half. Just run that clock. Oh, and he gets through the line of necessity. Ethan Guyman, he's all alone. He's going to get all the way to the end zone for another score, his second touchdown of the day. That's over 100 and something yards of rushing for him and 2 touchdowns. Great day for Ethan. And it was just a play right up the middle. And there was a lot of Altamont defenders in there, just missed, tried to body hit instead of wrap up, and Guyman was off to the races. Fake. He tries to get around the end to get to that end zone. He breaks a few tackles. He's almost there, and no good. A lot of effort on that play by that fake fake PAT, and comes up with nothing on it. So 40-0, Parowan Rams. And we're going to go to a timeout, and we'll be back for kickoff.
Founded in 1946 by the Savage family with a single truck, today, Savage is the leader in supply chain management solutions that are tailored to meet the needs of our customers across a variety of industries. We are a proud sponsor of high school sports coverage and the community here in the Uinta Basin.
Cooperative with a deep history of providing dependable and affordable electric service to its customers for over 75 years. With a state-of-the-art electrical system, we are setting a standard for excellence in the electric utility industry. We are proud to call this place home, and we are happy to support our local schools and athletes. Find and like us on Facebook for energy-saving tips. Moon Lake Electric, keeping the power on.
We're back here live at kickoff as Altamont gets a decent return there. And Altamont will take over at 1st and 10, showing that replay of that last play by Ethan Guyman. Just goes right up the middle. It's almost like they didn't see him. And then he just puts on the Jets. And he's in for 6. Ethan Guyman bringing his game from Parowan for the Rams. So Altamont will line up and try again. And they stop the play before it happens. Looks like another offensive false start. 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third quarter. You can see the lights are flickering on now. Where it gets closer to nighttime, and we're truly going to be under the Friday night lights. Rust gives it to McKay Foy. Which he's had a decent amount of carries tonight and not a ton of yards to show for it, and that offensive line is just not creating the holes that he wants to get in, and they're running a lot around the end, because that middle is so packed with Porter Miller, Porter Wood. But they're pretty quick too, so they're hard to get around on those sidelines. Parker Rust changes the play, brings the wide receiver in to, that was a tight end position. And there he goes. There goes McKay Foy for a decent run. go, Foy. Gets around the end, makes a move, and gets a couple more yards. Attaboy, Foy. Third down. 3 minutes, 48 seconds left in the third quarter. Russ looks to his right, takes the snap, pitches it out to Foy. Foy's got a seam. And, oh, that's a late hit. You got to give that a call. There it is. There's the flag. Jessen makes a mistake there on the other side. He's made some big plays all game, and that one was just not a very smart one. He was already out of bounds on the ground, and in college, if they had a replay, he went right at his head. He'd be targeted and out. The head injuries are scary things in football today. You don't want that to happen, and so they try to football players take on all levels. And it's so that moves Altamont down the field to the 40-yard line. See if they can capitalize on a penalty and get down to making a score, even a field goal. Clock starts. Rust gives it to McKay. McKay with a 4-yard gain. He's still pushing his feet. Still driving those legs. A little bit of chippiness going on after the play there. And that happens in football. And it's second down here. Still haven't seen a lot of airtime going to the pass on this half, but it's been working. As Rust hands it off to Foy again. This time he's met by a bunch of defenders from the Rams defense. And that Rams defensive line has done a great job of making sure there's no holes and just busting up the offensive line so that they can get to any play. Number 76, he's a brute down there at the center, at the nose tackle position, is driving back that center on the offense to get to Rust and to get to those runners. A pitch to Foy. This time, oh, and he hurdles him. He tries to hurdle the guy and gets a few more yards from it. Pretty athletic play there by Foy. Jumping the defender. Flag. It's going to bring it back. They had a replay on that, did they? They did. They had a replay on that as he hurdled the defender. Pretty sweet. That's so football, man. You have so many cool plays, and then the best play or a really athletic acrobat play gets all called back by a holding. And I can see that the offense is, they kind of simplified it, and they're going to this option attack where they're just option it to Foy. Parker gets away. It looks like he's going to run. He stiff arms the defender. And then they tackle him. And that's an awesome play there by Parker Rust too, because in the first half he got away from one defender and then looked to throw and threw an interception. And that time he knew he had the patience to miss the defender, have the defender miss again, and then he just ran the ball. And that's what he should have done that first time. So Rust growing before our eyes. It's his first start at quarterback. Didn't make it on that fourth down conversion. So Parowan will start again. Wood gives it to number 8. Gabe Carlson gets his second carry of the night. So getting late here in the third quarter, almost fourth quarter, 43 seconds left. They'll be content to run the ball probably for the rest of the game, maybe get some players on their team that haven't played a lot this game and bring him in. And he's around the end and gets caught by the Altamont defenders. Zach Hansen and Carson Sheets there on the play, along with Case and Abbott. Didn't see if they brought in a new quarterback yet. No, it looks like Porter Wood is still there. As the buzzer sounds, they give it to their big guy, and he gets a first down, and that's going to bring it to the fourth quarter. And you know what? No turnovers for Altamont in the third quarter. A lot was talked about in the half. I bet that just no turnovers. Let's not turn over the ball. Let's not make big mistakes. And let's just build on this half to make it so that we can, in the next game, try it again. So go to a timeout, and we'll be back for the fourth quarter.
In our small community, something big is happening. Strata's fiber network is connecting thousands of locations in the basin, bringing internet speeds now as fast as 1 gig. Delivered across the fastest technology available, gig internet has the speed and power equal to 1,000 megabits per second. For more streaming, more sharing, more connected devices, and more possibilities. It's internet fast enough for your life. Get your gig today from Strata Networks. We connect lives.
Being there to see the sunset, only to see it rise. Your friends, your family, and being around those who matter most. Visiting new places and trying new things. The road trips or the camping trips. The time.
And we're back, and Porter Miller makes a run, mixes a bunch of defenders miss, and gets almost to a touchdown, and they barely stop him almost on the goal line. It looks like the 2-yard line. And that's definitely not what Altamont wanted. But it really, man, that kid can move. Porter Miller, I don't think we got back live in time for that play, but he took off, and looks like Carson Sheets, he had to adjust for the tackle and cut him off right at the very end and get him at the 2, but there's a score by Parowan, and it makes it 46-0. And they'll line up for the PAT. I don't think they'll fake it this time. And I think it wasn't a unclassy thing last play when they tried to fake it. I think they're just practicing for what the games are going to be in the future, to make sure that they can do that play in live action, as the PAT is blocked by number 33. Case and Abbott on that play. Gonna stay 46-0. And we're here in the fourth quarter. No turnovers for Altamont, and 1 touchdown for Parowan in the second half. It's getting a little bit duskier, and the lights are coming on more bright. Originally this game was supposed to be slated for 7 o'clock, and then they changed it to 6. So we won't get too much in the dark tonight. Let's see what Altamont can do on this drive. I want to see a big kick return. How about Carson Sheets, number 20? Lane Benson is making plays all day. He's on that other side. Oh, there's Benson. Benson takes it. Looks like, oh, he gets hit hard right in the shoulder. He gets up, though. That's number 18. That's not Benson. I don't have a number for him. Like, not sure who he is. Looks like he'll walk off the pain a little bit there. Took a big hit in the shoulder. So 9 minutes and 11 seconds. Trent Richin says, hey, let's just score. We got to score and take, get a positive thing going on for these last 9 minutes. Let's do this. And they get a 2 or 3 on that carry. Bunch of gang tackling by Parowan. And Carson Sheets gets a few yards. It's tough, though. Like, when you can't run the ball and you're not getting a lot of yards on the ground, it really eliminates a big part of your game. I mean, you got to have that balance of throwing and passing, or they just load the box. And that's what Parowan's doing. You can just see the linebackers cheating up every play and getting into the play. As number 18 takes it, gets around the end, and that seems to be the only thing working for Altamont is getting from sideline to sideline. Only getting a few yards, though, and it's not enough for these first downs. See if they go to the air a little bit before the end of this game. And it's kind of hard, too, because you throw 3 picks in the first half. Then you're thinking, oh, man, do we go to the pass game? Because we're just going to turn the ball over. As number 8 gets the ball this time, John Johnson. He gets another 2 or 3 yards. And they're going to move the chains on that one. First down. Rust pitches it back to number 18. 18 has it, gets 1 or 2. Almost looked like there was a fumble. There was kind of a scrum going on there, but I think he has it. He comes up with the ball. He's fine. Second down. .46-0, 6 minutes and 29 seconds left here in Altamont. They get up to snap here. Rust fakes the pitch, pitches it the other way. Lane Benson makes a guy to miss and then gets another couple yards. I've been impressed with Lane Benson all game long, and I was saying that they need to get other ways to get him the ball, and that was a good wide receiver reverse. And another wrinkle that you can add to this offense. Again, you need to build around the players that are making plays, and Benson has clearly been player of the game on the Altamont side of the ball. Talk about player of the game. So we have these great sponsors around the basin, and Stickman. Stickman is proud to sponsor VTV6 live coverage of UNA Basin High School football. They move the chains again. It looked like Zach Hansen was on that play. First down. And you're seeing a few different players from Parowan come in that haven't seen the field all day. And these are invaluable minutes that they can get here at the end of games. You have to put your youth in the game to get experience, because they're going to be your leaders in the future. They're going to be the players on the field in the next coming years. You got to get them experience. As Parker Russ rolls out, throws it, a pass, caught. Number 48. Number 48 is Cooper Rust. So Parker Rust to Cooper Rust. I think that's his brother. That's a sweet play right there. Going here in the fourth quarter with 4 minutes left. Like I said, Trent Wrenches is like, let's just get a score here in this last 9 minutes. Do whatever you have to do, but let's make plays down the field. And they're doing it. As Parker Russ looks to throw. It's short pass to Cooper Rust again. It's a good connection, 2 in a row. Rust to Rust. And so that's a first down. Couple first downs. Cooper Rust a little bit shaken up. I think he wants to stay in though. Carson Sheets comes out. Parowan kind of in a base defense, kind of a bend, don't break. Not too aggressive here. Parker Russ back to Foy around that left side. Gets tackled. Parowan was ready for that one. So we've seen that play quite a bit, the pitch to Foy. It's been an effective tool, but it hasn't got big yards. But that's the kind of play that can finally break open at the end of games and really get you some good yards, some great yards, touchdowns. I want to see Zach Hansen get the ball. This kid's an athlete. He's got a one-on-one coverage right here on the right side. Parker Russ chucks it to him. Here it is. Hansen goes up, no good. He doesn't get it. But it was just overthrown a little high, but man, that's exactly what I wanted to see. I want Hansen to be a big playmaker, and you got to get him the ball. And, you know, you have that one-on-one coverage. You only have one guy to beat before the end zone. That's a play you should be able to make. And Rust will learn that. He's got a good arm. He's just got to reel it in, get some accuracy going in practice. Maybe practice a lot of routes with Zach Hansen and Lane Benson on the off time too. Just play catch. That's all you're doing out there. Number 5. McKay gets the ball and then tries to throw it, and it's blown up in the middle. So 4th down. You're over, you're at your 40-yard line. Just a little bit to go, minute and 10 seconds. You don't want to punt it here. You're going for it. See what they do here. I'm seeing flashes in Altamont that they're a really good team, that they have some good players, some good pieces. You got Zach Hansen, you got Lane Benson, you got Parker Rust, McKay Foy. These guys are going to figure it out. And Parker Rust just absolutely gets blown up in the backfield, sacked. He throws it for an interception, and he is off to the races and gone. And that's another touchdown for Parowan with 33 seconds left. And that is the dagger that you don't want. And, again, flashes. They're doing so good. They get like 2 or 3 first downs in a row and then just make a silly or broken coverage or not blocking. I'm not saying that's Rust's fault, because there was 2 guys there ready to take him out, and they were unblocked. And those are the things that they're going to look at in the replay. The coaches will see what these guys are doing, what they can can do better to make them make the right play and the right blocks. As the PAT goes through 53-0.
Extra point is good.
So 32 seconds left. We're going to go to a timeout and be back for the conclusion of this game.
Founded in 1946 by the Savage family with a single truck, today, Savage is the leader in supply chain management solutions that are tailored to meet the needs of our customers across a variety of industries. We are a proud sponsor of high school sports coverage and the community here in the Uinta Basin. Founded in 1946 by the Savage family with a single truck, today, Savage is the leader in supply chain management solutions that are tailored to meet the needs of our customers across a variety of industries. We are a proud sponsor of high school sports coverage and the community here in the Uinta Basin.
And we're back with 32 seconds left in this game in Altamont, Utah. Longhorns have some work to do in practice this week. And, you know, little things. I'm not seeing like huge things. I'm seeing like big mistakes out there that are making touchdowns on the other side and interceptions. But I mean, these are things that can be fixed. It's not like these guys don't know how to play football and be physical. They just need to make the right decisions, and the coach needs to put them in the right decisions as well, and that's what they're going to do. I mean, you know it's going to happen. Parowan Rams have a good start of the season. And a huge boost to their team this year was, you know, Porter Miller, and he made plays all game. He's just a big running back that was awesome last year at Canyon View, and then he, you know, led the 3A in tackles. And when you get that kind of all-star on your team, it can make the other players around believe, and you can see that in this team. There's a lot of confidence. As Parker Rust tries to get away, but he's sacked. And there's the buzzer at the end of the game, and that's the game. So 53-0, a good win for Parowan. And first-year coach Miller, you know, he was talking and saying that, you know, it's his first year at head coach, and he's always been kind of the bridesmaid and not the bride, and he was excited for his time, and he's here at Parowan for the long haul, and that's a good start. That's where you want to be. And on the other side, Coach Richens and has some work to do in practice, you know, and you know, you don't really know what you kind of have when you're a new head coach, and until you get into live game situations, and just a few mistakes that, you know, Barrel rolled down the hill and made the score what it was. These are good. It's gonna be okay. They're gonna fix these things. They're gonna get into games. They had some struggles last year. This is just the beginning of the year, and they're gonna do all they can to help their players be in the best positions in best situations. So we're gonna wrap it up here at VTV, and we'll see you next Friday night under the lights. High school football is here, and we are so excited to bring it to you. I'm Jonesy, and I am out.